All right, I'm here today at Slingshot World Headquarters with my boy Bart Kwan, and we're going to talk about how you're able to juggle so many different things at one time. You are a marathoner now.
I've done one.
That's okay, you're still a marathoner.
Okay, I like that.
If you, never mind. Power lifter, right?
Yeah.
And you're also into martial arts. How are you able to do like all three of these things?
Well, to do multiple things at anything, you gotta find balance. And I also think it's really important to not approach everything all at the same time. It's really important to kind of get a good grasp of something before you add something on to your plate. Like if you try to be a powerlifter and a marathon runner at the same time, and you're a beginner at both, those things like endurance and strength sports kind of pull in different directions. It's kind of tough. But if you can already squat 500, and then your goal is to just maintain between 400 to 500 while you bump something else up, that's easy. Or if you're already good at running the marathon, and like let's say you squat 200 or 300 and you want to get closer to the 300, that's easier. So I always feel like if you're trying to balance a few things, it's important to find what you're already good at, use that as an anchor point, and understand that you probably will decrease in performance by probably around 10%, and being okay with that expectation while you start ramping up training in the other areas.
And how old are you now?
I was born in '84, so I'll be 37 this year.
37, and how long have you been doing martial arts for?
On and off, almost my whole life. I did Kung Fu when I was like 5 up until when I was 10. And then I did a little bit of Muay Thai in high school for about 2 years. And then I joined an MMA gym where I did MMA for another 2 years. And then just recently I did Muay Thai for 2 years. And I just started Jiu-Jitsu for like 3 months.
It's like martial arts on and off for like 20 years, you know?
Yeah. And I've been watching a lot of martial art movies too.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's important to note that, because powerlifting was added later on, and powerlifting is something that you have been doing for 6 or 7 years now?
Yeah, just about.
You've been doing that for a while, and then the marathon, the running was added later, but you also have a skill set of formerly being a Marine.
Yes.
As well. So you have you had running in there already. You had martial arts as a background. You had kind of high level of, I guess you'd say, fitness in the background the whole time. And powerlifting was something that you kind of added and been doing for the last couple of years. So people that are like watching this, don't think like, man, I'm going to try to add 2 or 3 different fitness goals.
Especially in the opposite directions.
All at the same time.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get hurt, right?
Yeah. So like, speaking to what you're saying, I think like finding those anchor points, like in the military, we've done 20 miles already. So I know what that feels like. And so when I'm at the marathon and I kind of have a realistic expectation of what's going on. And now kind of going full circle where I've like explored martial arts, I've explored strength, I've explored endurance. Now in 2021 and beyond, I'm trying to be in the best shape of my life and just maintain that. Some of the realistic things that I'm taking into consideration is, I know the minute I start doing martial arts and I spend a lot of time there, I will get weaker. So this year, my goal is to get my first elite total. And then once I have that, I'm trying to squat 5, deadlift 6, bench 4. Or somewhere around there. Once I can hit my elite total, that'll be my new anchor point, and hopefully I'll be able to manage something within 10% of that while I really dive into jiu-jitsu. And then anytime that I feel like jiu-jitsu is pulling me too much away, I can dial that back down, get my strength back, and then still constantly, it's almost like driving stick, actually, where you're just kind of like managing your clutch and your gas and really just maintaining that. Because if you're trying to be good at multiple disciplines and you just go straight 180 from one to another, it's really easy to lose a lot of it.
Right.
So from my strategy for 2021 and beyond is get my elite total, add in jiu-jitsu, and then from then on, if I have enough, if I can manage the fatigue, then start bringing the running back.
And we're talking about how these things can pull from each other, but how can they add to each other? Like when you're hitting a heavy bag or when you're sparring with somebody, what have you noticed carrying over potentially from powerlifting, or potentially carrying over from endurance running?
So when I was doing like the endurance and even like hitting the heavy bag, me being able to bump up my endurance, I realized I can recover much quicker during sets. So instead of sitting around for like 5 minutes during my powerlifting sets, I was able to bring it down to like 3 minutes. So I was able to not only like increase like the supersets and accessories, I was able to finish that a little bit faster. And the obvious like crossover of strength into any type of sport, it's like, it's there. Like when you build strength and you just grab onto someone else, it takes a lot more skill. Like if it's a white belt versus a white belt, you grab someone, the other person, you could just be like, oh, I'm a powerlifter, this person isn't. It takes a lot more training for them to be better than you. So the pro to doing multiple things is you can take things from different disciplines and it helps improve you at the other one.
What do you think the key element is for people to get motivated to do any of this, to do any form of fitness?
That's a good one. That's tough.
What can get me up off the couch?
What can get you off the couch? I think the first and foremost, you got to find what's fun to you. So if the couch is super fun, it's kind of hard to peel you away. But for me, right now I'm super motivated by being a dad. And when I go to the park, I'm literally the only dad that's on the jungle gym. Other dads are just kind of chilling there. Maybe they have the bad ankle mobility. They can't go through like kid-sized holes. But I'm running around with Tyga, going through kid-sized holes, going through slides I probably shouldn't be going in. But that really motivates me to keep up with mobility and keep up with other parts of him. Being able to throw him in the air and he gets excited, like that stuff really motivates me. So I think finding something that's fun, that makes you naturally want to be good at it, and then finding ways for fitness to help you get better at the things that you want to do.
And I think a take-home message from this interview is that Bart has gone back many times over to the things that he enjoys. So like, what's something that you like to do? Like, do you like to ride your bike? Do you like to walk? Do you like to hike? Do you like to ski? Do you like to mountain climb? Like, just, I don't know what it is that you enjoy, but whatever it is that you enjoy or whatever it is that you used to like to do, maybe think about getting back into it. And then also, like I was telling you that I do with my dad, is I walk every morning with my dad. If you can find someone to bring along with you, it just makes it that much easier. I get 2 miles in every morning just by walking with my dad. We end up bonding together and things like that. So maybe you can find a family member to walk with or to bike with, or find a training partner. Do you currently have a training partner when you're doing any of these things? Or I guess martial arts, you kind of need people.
Yeah, right? I do need, I currently don't, because we're in the middle of moving, so I've been putting martial arts to the side and finding a new gym over there. But my current training partner actually for cardio is Gio. So she's really, who's my wife, and she's super motivated about fitness, and she really wants to get lean this year. So she's been doing a ton more cardio, and instead of her just running off and doing cardio on her own, we want to also spend family time. So I tell my son, I'm like, hey, we got to go protect mom. Mom's going to go for a run. And now he really looks forward to it. So every time Gio goes for a run, every time Gio goes for a run, I get on the bike and then he sits in the back. And he's always like checking up on mom. And I'm like, did you point out the cars? And I'm like, Mom, there's a car up there. He's just like more vigilant. And now he really likes it. Every time he sees Gio put on her running shoes, he's like, we got to protect mom. I'm like, let's go do it. And then so we spend family time and I'm able to just ride on a bike. And it's a little bit extra calories for me too. So it just works out, and I think that helps also ingrain in him that cardio could be done together as a family.
Fantastic. Strength is never a weakness, weakness never a strength. Catch you guys later.
Bye-bye.